As you might just have gathered by my rather natty dress attire, this is not your average motoring test in Britain. So, after an all-day flight, I've ended here in the Sinai desert, Egypt. Long journeys in the desert demand one thing: transport that is totally reliable and that can run on absolutely precious fuel for miles and miles. Perhaps like the camel? No, this is my transport for the desert. Peugeot's brand new 406 HDi Diesel. Let's go and see how it measures up. So, Peugeot reckon this is one of the quietest diesel engines around, so let's just put it to the test. Well, first to second is undeniably a diesel. Third similar. Fourth gear, we're talking about petrol levels of sound. This is more than acceptable. Acceleration, especially in the mid-range, is good. This new engine has definitely improved the low-down torque. It's a car that's got a reasonable degree of performance. Key thing about this new engine is it's called common rail diesel. Diesels are seriously important business for Peugeot. They've made a staggering 8 million in the last 20 years. With a 406, they've sold 600,000 so far, 53% of which have been diesels. So this engine is very important to the Peugeot range. From a comfort point of view, you've got very supportive seats. Steering position is excellent. Dash is well laid out. A bit too much grey plastics for my liking, but everything's in the right place and it's a pretty nice driving environment. So, diesels are definitely more economical than petrol, but what they like to drive and own? Well, as far as I'm concerned, this car drives remarkably like a petrol. It is perfectly acceptable for day-to-day driving. Now it's time to try out the second car on this test, the Partner 4x4, Peugeot's off-road workhorse van out in the desert. So, what do we think of the Peugeot Partner? First thing is, it is categorically a van with windows. A very, very good van with windows. If you look in the back, it is a great work tool. You could see somebody using it, seats down, as a perfect truck to take things around in. Then come the weekend, seats back up, wife and the kids in, and it's your perfect family saloon. So, the Peugeot 4x4, what's it like off-road or on desert, more to speak? Well, it seems to handle all the bumps we've had and the terrain very well so far. It's not what you would call a pedigree 4x4, Range Rover or your Land Cruiser, but it's pretty adequate for your average punter, getting you out of the odd snowdrift, stuck in a bit of mud or through some floods. It will do a competent job in what most of us will come across. I've seen some wacky things in my time all over the world, but blue rocks in the middle of the desert? Apparently some mad Belgian artist, God knows how he got here, what he was doing here, suddenly decided that the desert needed a bit of colour. So he went around everywhere painting things blue. I guess this is what they call the blues. Mad. We're on our way to evening camp, a Bedouin village. They've just told me I've got 91 miles of this, and I have to be honest, I'm not looking forward to it at all. I don't believe this. I have just been informed that it in fact is not 90 k's to the little desert bivouac, but 130, and the road has just become a motorway of cobblestones. I have now had desert up to here and beyond. I think I have now fully tested this vehicle. It performs very well. If you could hear that, that was whacking over another bloody giant rock. I've had enough. At last, We appear to have finally reached our Bedouin village. It's very dark. It's all a bit spooky. I was expecting 5-star luxury, not this. I always hated tents. What drivers really want to know about diesels is what cost savings can the average driver make with this new engine?
If I take the example of the 2-liter engine that you just drove today, if you compare it with the previous engine of slightly higher cubic capacity, the consumption will be reduced by approximately 30%. To be more precise, for a driver who would drive 60,000 miles in 3 years, it would mean an economy of approximately £1,200.
Martin, what are the real benefits of common rail diesel engines?
Yeah, I'm afraid it would be a little bit complicated to describe, but in 2 words, it's a way to improve the combustion by increasing the pressure at which the diesel comes in the cylinder.
It is without doubt the worst night's sleep I've ever had. The entente cordiale was nothing. I had to the right of me and the left of me 2 Frenchmen who could have snored Olympic style. It has been an unmitigated disaster. Vital for the desert, especially when there is only a hole in the ground, toilet paper. This is not a camera shot. End of my desert drive. My verdict on the Partner, it's a workhorse. It probably won't come to the UK. If it does, it'll be limited sales, small businessmen doubling it up as a car at the weekend. 406, new diesel engine, much improved. Better economy, better performance, better on the environment. It's a good package. It's not quite there yet, but it's well on the way. Right, I've had enough of wearing tea cozies, pretending to be Lawrence of Arabia. What I need is luxury, 5-star pampered luxury. I have to get to the hotel. Where are the keys? I don't believe this. Well, actions must. I've got to get to that hotel. So off we go. Golden Venice. So the desert adventure is finally over. I've covered 1,000 or so miles of desert, swallowed half of the sand, but now I have to admit the cars are parked away and I am really looking forward to an afternoon by the pool. So it's goodbye from sunny Egypt. See you shortly.